October Red is sponsored by SA Security. Maximum security, minimum fuss.
Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are. It's Abs of October Red, and yes, it's news and reviews. Guys, how are you doing in these autumn months, the beautiful month of October? Please forgive me, I've not even checked in to see how you are. I've been rabbiting on, doing these 30-minute videos, 20-minute videos, and not checking in with my subscribers. First and foremost, I hope you are all well. I hope everything's going great. And if it isn't, I hope it all works out. And I mean that sincerely. I'm just sat here. I'm a bit miffed, if I'm honest, because I overslept. Because if you know me, I go for 5:30, 6 a.m. runs along the canals in Birmingham. I love it. It's pitch black. There's no one there. I'll just do it. If you follow my IG, you'll see that I post little bits. If it's bright enough, there's pictures. But yeah, it's extremely dark down there. And yeah, I guess I'm crazy, but I like to do stuff like that. I like to be alone, and I do like the dark. So yeah, I'm a bit miffed because I overslept this morning and I missed it. So that means I'm going to have to go to the gym tonight, because I'm one of these people, if I don't get things done, it really gets to me. I'm used to routine. It's just the way I am. And when I fall off routines, I get upset with myself. But anyway, like I said, I've been rabbiting on for 1 minute and 30 odd seconds. We are here for a reason. This was embargoed, so it's going to be delayed. I'm recording it this morning before I get to the office, but it's not coming out till I think it's midday. It's embargoed too. Could get the email up. So we go. It's quite interesting, this is. So breaking heavyweight news. The WBA World Heavyweight title picture just got a little bit of a shake-up. Because there were videos going on. There was Instagram posts and social media posts, and it's changed up. Kubrat Pulev, and I didn't even know he had it, will defend his WBA heavyweight world title against Murat Gassiev on December the 12th, 2025 at the Dubai duty-free tennis stadium. This fight headlines IBA Pro 13. Remember, we've been covering some of the stuff that they're doing. They've recently got Donald Trump Jr. on board with, Kremlev, I'm trying to remember his name off the top of my head. I get like that, I forget names. So it's Umar Kremlev, I believe it is, that's the head of the IBA Pro. Obviously, Alceste's got a key part in that as well. So yeah, so Kubrat isn't fighting Moses Itauma because the Russians are hosting that fight with Kubrat and Gassiev in Dubai. So anyway, I think Pulev, YB did a video. YB, if you don't know who he is, have a look at him. He's a comedian that talks about boxing. That's the way I see it. If you're easily offended, do not listen to his channel. If you want to go to troll level 1,000, then listen to his channel, because the stuff he says, and the thing is, he ridicules himself. He ridicules the boxers, and he'd probably run a mile if he saw them, but he also ridicules himself. Anyway, he was mentioning Kubrat Pulev's age because there was a little bit of a discussion. Anyway, so Pulev is the reigning champion with 32 wins and 14 knockouts, and he's looking to make his first title defense since beating Mahmoud Shah in 2024. But he's going to be fighting Gassiev, a 32-2 powerhouse, 25 knockouts, and former unified cruiserweight champion known for his punching power. This matchup sets up a classic boxer versus puncher showdown. Pulev brings the experience, or 45 years of it, technical skill and ring IQ, while Gassiev brings the power and the knockout intent. This fight delays the rise of the 20-year-old prodigy Moses Itauma. Because the email that I've got, he's got Itauma's going to have to wait. That was kind of like the headline of the email. So when I saw it, I was like, huh? So it delays the rise, but there's other options for Moses. The good thing about Moses is he's got options. Many expected Pulev to face him next, but Itauma will now have to wait for the winner if he goes that route. Epic Sports CEO, is it Ivalo Gassiev, confirmed that Pulev Gassiev fight is signed, sealed and locked in, and hinted that Moses Itauma could be featured. What? Moses Itauma could be featured on the undercard to line up at a shot at the winner in 2026. I don't think. Well, you know what? Stranger things have happened, but I just can't see. I can't see Frank Warren. I don't know. Stranger things have happened. IBA Pro CEO Al Siesta, just mentioned him, added fuel to the fire, making it clear that they expect fireworks in Dubai, laying down the challenge for Itauma to face the victor. The fight is expected to send shockwaves through the heavyweight division. A win for Pulev could cement his status as a major player at 45, but a Gassiev victory could make him the first Russian WBA heavyweight champion since Alexander Povetkin. And with the names like Itauma, Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury looming, the winner will have no shortage of blockbuster options waiting. Now, if you see it like that, I didn't know, and what I'm going to do, hold on, because I always do this. I come onto here, literally with the bones of stuff, and I'm not making it up as I go along, because the stuff that I like to put on here is factual. But let's have a look. Let me have a look at Kubrat Pulev, because I can't believe he's actually younger than me. But boxing years are boxing years, aren't they? You know? I'm going to go on Wikipedia first. Wow. He's 44. I do apologise. Got the stuff wrong. Kubrat Venkov Pulev. 4th of May 1981, age 44, from Sofia in Bulgaria. The Cobra, Orthodox, 35 fights, 32 wins, 14 by KO and 3 losses. Let me jump back on to BoxRec. Yeah, accept all. I didn't know he's called the Cobra. So he's ranked number 16 in the world and obviously ranked number 1 in his country. Let's have a look when he last fought. Yeah, it was Mamouchar. December 2024. Then he fought in March 2024. Then he fought in December 2023. Then Derek Chisora, July 2022. Yeah, I went to that. I remember that fight. That's the last fight I thought that he had. To be fair, I didn't even know that he boxed Mamouchar. But there we go again. Fought Anthony Joshua 5 years ago. Hughie Fury in 2018. Just looking at the names. Derek Chisora 2016. Vlad in 2014. That's 9 years ago now. Tony Thompson 2013. I'm just looking at some of the names. Michael Sprott in 2012. Interesting. So he's got a few names on his boxing CV. He's had a few fights he has. When did he debut? 2009. Wow, so he's got a span of nearly 20 years of boxing. 17 years, is it? Where are we now? 2025. Not quite. 16. Interesting, and he's still going. Boxing years age you terribly. Obviously, he's been in some wars as well. So he took some heavy punches, but he's still going. Let me have a look at Gassiev before I dip off. Gassiev. Let's have a look at him. It's Murat, isn't it? Russian. And he was a cruiserweight, wasn't he? Heavyweight. Ranked number 1 in Russia, number 8 in the world. You know what? I probably need to start looking at these heavyweight rankings, because they're both ranked quite highly, to be fair. Otto Wallin, he lost to him in 2023. But he's boxed this year though. He's boxed in August. Somebody won the retirement of the other fighter, Jeremiah Milton, fought him out in some resort in Miami. He's boxed Mike Balogun in 2023. Got a win there. Yes, that's the fight I remember. Usyk in 2018. That was the cruiser titles. I remember that fight. That was in Moscow. So, to be fair, I know, well, Gassiev's a good fighter. I know who he is. I like his fight. He's 32-2 as well, but he wasn't stopped in his losses, just lost on points. Out of the 32 fights, he's had 25 KOs. Nice little cheeky percentage there for him. Interesting. I think I'm going to favour Gassiev in this. I think. Early doors. Just from like my memory state. But I need you guys to let me know what you think. And I did listen to Young YB's video, and I've said the same thing. I think Moses should be fighting younger, fresher fighters as well. I get it that, you know, it gets him up in the rankings, it gets him, you know, a potential world title shot. I'm not disputing any of that. But I know Frank Warren can manoeuvre him around the chessboard. But let him fight younger, fresher fighters. Not another 44, you know, Dillian White 37, whatever it is, 37, 38. You know, Kubrat Pulev turning 45. I'd like to see Moses in with some young, fresh blood. Obviously, they're not going to be younger than him, but somebody in their 20s. I've already mentioned Justice Honey, Teramona, David Adelaide, the winner of, Jamie Takivi and Fraser Clark's been postponed, hasn't it? Imagine that, your first show postponed. Jamie Takivi, I'm going to drift off now. We're talking about, you know what I'm saying. I think Moses should be fighting those guys, mix it up with those guys, because they're fresher, you know. I believe that Moses is the real deal. I do believe that. You know, a fight that I'd like to see him in as well is Matty Harris as well. That's a good fight. Young, fresh fighters, similar ages. Why not? There's Simon Dakers. There's a few names that he could go in against, you know, and have their names. We know who they are. I understand when it comes to rankings, they may not be necessarily high up in the rankings and he's trying to push for this. But why not like mull through all of your, if you can, because it's heavyweight boxing, but go through, fight all of your, not peers, but you know what I mean, the people in your year at school, the people that are still in, you know, the same school as you, rather than going to fight people that are like 10, 15, 20 years older than you. Do you know what I mean? I just think he's got so much potential with the younger fighters that we've got. Mix them up. That's what I'd like to see. But I want you to let me know what you think. Kubrat Pulev versus Murat Gassiev, 12th of December in Dubai, courtesy of IBA Pro, which is Umar Kremlev. That's like the Russian side of boxing. They're really making a name for themselves. They've got money to spend. They're investing in fighters. We've even seen political input with this group. You know, the way that they're maneuvering. I can't say it's behind the scenes. There's different boxing groups and formations that are coming out. You've got IBA Pro. You've got the Riyadh season. Riyadh have umbrellaed, but you know, a lot of the promoters. We've still got a lot of these small hall. I can't even say. We've still got a lot of the British promoters doing their things behind the scenes as well, that are not headed up by or under the umbrella of Riyadh season. The Americans, it seems to be falling by the wayside. I mean, the other day watching a top rank card on Facebook was diabolical. I mean, not even on YouTube. It was on Facebook. So if you come out the app, and I don't even know if Facebook does picture-in-picture, because who uses Facebook anymore? Couldn't even watch it properly. Do you know what I mean? Because I weren't projecting it to my TV, so I'm looking at it on my small phone. Then I'm trying to look at other apps, then it's closing. What? Why was it not on YouTube? You know, and what happened with Top Rank working with Sky Sports? Have Sky Sports said, we're not doing any boxing at the moment? What's happening? Who knows? Boxing is such a... It's like a hurricane, isn't it? And it just scoops up everything, and it's crazy and it's chaotic. But if you understand the rhythm of it, it's beautiful to watch, you know? Yeah, strange scenes. But we'll see what happens. But suggesting that Moses Itauma could be on the undercard, listen, I'm not being cynical, but I just can't see it because I know Frank likes to keep his boys in-house. Unless it's a cold promo, who knows? Frank Warren working with Umar Kremlev from IBA Pro, Queensbury and IBA Pro, who knows? Don't know. You know what I'm going to do? Right, after I get off this, I'm going to send Al Siesta a message. This video will come out 12 o'clock, bang on, midday. That's when you'll be seeing this up because it's embargoed. I had the email last night, couldn't put it up until 12 o'clock. But after I get on here, I'm going to see if I can get Al Siesta on. And then we'll do, I don't think it would be a live, but it'll be a pre-recorded. I'll try and get something like that done this evening, and he can explain all the ins and outs of IBA Pro. I get on with Al Siesta, cool guy, got a lot of time for him. So then you guys can get basically the information from the horse's mouth. If I can get Umar Kremlev on as well, I'll try and get him on, but we'll see. We will see. But other than that, before I go, so Fraser Clark, Jamie Takivi was scheduled for next week, Saturday, wasn't it? We was talking about it yesterday, just yesterday, saying, oh, how they're going to do the press conference, you know, how they're going to manage this, manage that. They've postponed the whole card. It's not going on because Jamie Takivi has allegedly picked up a little injury, but they're looking to reschedule. And then the rumour mill saying that they're going to do it on the same day as Ben Whittaker's headline in Birmingham, which is what? Scheduled for what? The 29th of November? Saturday, 29th of November? Don't know how that's going to work. I'm sure there's other dates that they can look at. I know the 25th's booked. Then the week after that, the 1st is booked. Obviously, if Jamie's injured, they can't jump straight into something. I'd probably potentially say it's the beginning of December then. Just do it that way. Little Christmas special. I wouldn't try and clash with any of the promoters at this time. Because I'd, you know, if box out, make your show look absolutely fabulous. Make it look like the best thing since sliced bread. And then you've got everyone watching it then, including the other promoters, because they haven't got any fights on. Just to have a look and see what you're doing, rather than clashing again. But it's not confirmed that it's going to be then. That's just a rumour. Hopefully it'll be like December, the beginning of December. We know we've got the 13th. Moses is supposed to be fighting in Manchester. 13th of December. So that weekend's gone as well. Have a look. There's weekends in between. I'm not going to bring up my calendar. Is it a good look for boxers' first show being postponed? No. Little rocky road. It doesn't mean they're going to fail. It just means it's a rocky road. They'll have to navigate, find their way through it. Ultimately, they're going to have to get some more fighters as well. If I'm going to be completely honest, they've lost Joshua Buatsi. They've lost Vidal Riley. And they've lost their star. Well, one of their key stars, Ben Whittaker. Don't know what's happening with Vidal Riley. I thought he was probably going to go to Queensbury. Who knows? Hearing little hints around the way it could be Matchroom. So that'd be interesting as well. Lots happening in boxing. Boxing needs more fighters. Either they're going to build them from scratch or somebody that's established, that contract's coming to an end. I don't know. But postponing your first fight doesn't look good because they knew that the other card wouldn't, the rest of the card, and no disrespect to anybody on the rest of the card, wouldn't substantiate the actual card going ahead. So that's going to be demotivating and demoralising for fighters to think, well, why didn't you just carry it on? We're here. Doesn't work like that, does it? They're going to need headlines. So that to make that business decision to postpone it, not to cancel it, but postpone it. Guys, that's enough of me rambling on to you guys. Thanks once again, like I said, for the subscriptions, all that. I really appreciate it. The comments, spot on. We're going to be doing more Noel Clark breakdowns, etc, etc. And what I probably might do is a little bit of a deep dive on Tim Westwood as well. I'm going to counter balance it with some other stuff as well, because the males in the comments might think, why is she only going after the males, and females do this stuff as well. If there's court cases, we'll cover them. That I will. And I'll look and I'll see if I can find some so we can balance it out, so you don't think I'm being unfair. Because one of the things that I do like to pride myself on is that I am fair. But those cases caught my eyes. Number one, I was never a fan of Team Westwood. Number two, I was a fan of Noel Clark. Number three, I'm a fan of Michael Ward in Top Boy, because that's another one that I'm going to cover. That's the alternative corner. This is news and reviews. I'm Abs of October Red. I'm going to stop waffling because I'll just carry on forever. Have a fabulous day. Shout out to my sponsors, SA UK, Maximum Security Minimum Fuss. And as we say at October Red, in 1, 2, 3, stay ready.
October Red is sponsored by SA Security. Maximum security, minimum fuss.